Diana Batten. I'm MLA for Calgary, Acadia. So how I handled the transition, I was a registered nurse before this, and so very accustomed to meeting people where they're at. But I was also accustomed, I came out of an intensive care environment, so I was very accustomed to having one, maybe two patients. Becoming the elected official for Calgary, Acadia, I now have over 55,000. And so that transition took a little bit, for sure. This position is much, being an MLA, you are not that front line, right? You are resourcing the front line. You are, discussing with the government how to make it easier for the front line. And so the step from front line to being a politician was rough, honestly, because I really wanted to do those hands-on things. And over time, I've figured out that I'm still doing those hands-on things. It just looks a little different. So yeah, a steep learning curve for sure, but so well worth it. So things I can't live without: coffee, coffee, laughter, people. And I know that just sounds really weird, but I think if the pandemic taught us nothing, it was that we are social creatures, and as much as we might all need to take our time away from folks and whatever, it's people. I am really, really motivated by what other people need. So I need people and I need caffeine to do it. So there you go. So hobbies are pastime activities. I used to have more. Nowadays, I would say I really enjoy listening to audiobooks. I used to be a big reader, loved it in my hands, but I read a lot more now, so my eyes are tired. So yeah, listen to a lot of books, and gardening. I'm not a very good gardener, but I like doing it, so it's fun. My most used app on my phone, so I would say professionally, WhatsApp. Right, it's for everything. But personally, aside from just general messaging, I've been playing one of those farming games, like Farmville or something. Like, it is the most ridiculous thing, but it's enough that I'm doing something, gives me a break, right? Is outside of everything else I do, and so yeah, there's my guilty pleasure. My favorite food is sushi, and even bad sushi. I mean, not bad as in makes you ill sushi, but like all sushi is amazing, yes. Favorite holiday destination is anywhere warm. Yeah, and depending on the holiday, so if it's like Christmas, that's a big thing in our family, so obviously I'd want to be with my loved ones. But if it's like, I don't know, just a long weekend, going somewhere with my husband and just somewhere warm, recharge so that we can come back and do it again. So 3 people dead or alive. I would say the first one is actually my grandmother. So she passed away a number of years before I entered politics. She was a politician. So I would love to sit her down and ask her, what? And she was also a politician back in the 1950s. So very different. And so yeah, I would love to sit her down now. I obviously, during her years that she was alive, we had lots of conversations about a lot of things, but I wasn't in politics then. And so I'd love to, that would be amazing. Another person I would love to sit down with, and this sounds very bizarre, potentially, Barack Obama. And the reason being is that prior to being a nurse, I was a scientist. I worked down in the States. So I was in Austin, Texas, towards the end of the Bush years and into Obama. And I can honestly say that my time in the United States is what has shaped me and has allowed me to do this job now. And I never want us to be the United States. Do not get me wrong, Texas is lovely and I love people in Texas, but I want Canada to continue being a society, right, where we care about each other, and that's how we know we're strong. So I think Barack Obama would be an interesting person to sit down and just pick his brain. If not a politician, I think I would have continued my, my journey of service, which sounds bizarre, because previous to getting elected, I was a registered nurse, and that was fantastic. Prior to that, I was a research scientist, and so kind of it's a joke that every decade I change careers, but each of them progressively just get more and more involved in making positive change. So I might have ended up in kind of like the next level of nursing type deal. I might have just looked at what are my opportunities there, stepping outside of healthcare, was a giant leap, and I'm really, really fortunate that the people were like, you can do it. So my suspicion is if I had not been approached about politics, I would have probably continued in healthcare and found some other way to cause trouble there. A message to my younger self would be, just do it, right? Stop worrying about whatever, follow your heart, and you will end up where you need to be.